It's 107.5 WGCI, the Shy's #1 for hip hop and R&B. That's right. Black History Month, the Great 28, brought to you by Access Community Health. Shout out to you guys. Now, this is very important to me and everybody here at GCI to celebrate the Chicagoans that are doing great things. Like my brother, John Monopoly. What's up, big dog?
What up, Tone? How you doing, fam? What up, Chicago?
What's happening? Now, I've known John for a lot of years. I always say, like, John and there's a few other people, we all in the same class.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of in a sense because we came up around the same time. Everything started happening for a lot of us around the same time. Now, John, you entrepreneur, music mogul, it's so much to you. I don't even really know where to start, to be honest with you. Let's talk about what are some of the things that you got going on.
Well, I've newly been appointed to be on the board of Breaker. Breaker is the culture's #1 influencer marketing platform. We just did a campaign for Ye on the Vultures single that we just dropped. So I'm excited about working with those guys, sharp young group. I'm also on the board of Event Noir, which is the #1 black-owned ticketing platform. And we also, Event Noir, we just partnered with Ye to do the ticketing and the co-production of Ye's 2 raves that we just did. One was in Miami and one was in Vegas, and Event Noir handled all the ticketing for that. They did a great job. And I'm also a part owner of Viola.
Wow. It is a lot to you, bro. And when you first started out, John, and what was the initial goal? Because it's been so many pivots for you. What was the initial goal for you? Or was it just you were living in your purpose? I would like to know that.
When I first started out, my initial goal, okay, so that's funny. So I started out as a promoter in '89 when I was 13. I was trying to figure out how to get into the music business. So my goal, like my first time ever doing something, which was promoting this party for my 8th grade graduation, was trying to figure out how to be like Russell Simmons and start throwing parties, which would lead to throwing concerts, which would lead to me owning a label.
Okay.
Now, shortly after that, which is funny, I met Kanye in '91, 2 years after I started trying to be in the business, and then my whole focus went to trying to get him a record deal.
And Don, like a lot of people don't understand, like just the Don C, yourself, Kanye, Virgil, even Jerry Lorenzo, there's all a kind of Corey from Leaders. There's so many different dynamics in there. Let's talk about some of the relationships that you have, right?
Yeah.
Let's get into that. Like, God rest his soul. Let's talk about Virgil.
Yeah,
what was that relationship like?
So Virgil, I met through my big brother Jay Boogie. Shout out to Boogie. Virgil was an intern at Boogie's design studio, and I was working on something for Ye, and I needed a new designer because Ye wasn't happy with the designers that we had, and Boogie was like, yo, try my guy Virgil, he's really talented. We started working together, and he started kind of interning for me. Not like a formal internship. He just would come over to my house every day and work on design. I wasn't paying him, you know what I mean? We were just working together and getting a vibe. So he kind of interned for me for like 5 months, and then I took him to Ye. When I saw the opportunity to kind of slide him in, Ye was unhappy with the art director at Def Jam who was assigned his project. He was really like frustrated about it, and he wanted another designer. I introduced him to Virgil, and the rest is history. So Virgil was kind of my intern, and then he became, one of the biggest designers in the world.
Wow, I know.
Yeah, Don C is my cousin. We really connected when we were like older. But we did, a lot of nightlife stuff together, like
a lot of nightlife stuff.
So, we had a lot of history just doing business with one another before Ye. We were, successful businessmen and built some cool clubs and stuff like that. And then we both moved to New York in 2002 to follow our dreams, and the rest is history. Now Don is hugely successful and doing his thing with the Bulls and Mitchell and Ness, and his brand with Virgil, of course, RSVP, and I'm trying to think. Oh, Jerry Lorenzo.
Okay.
He's not actually from Chicago, but he lived in Chicago. You might have actually, I don't know if you remember, but he used to come to Dragon Room in the late 90s. So you probably remember Jerry from just kind of hanging out with us. And yeah, that's why we, the first collab Hustle did was a Fear of God collab, because Jerry like remembers the Hustle parties that really kind of influenced him to do his parties in LA.
Exactly.
Because like he told a really cool story about how Sunday nights at Nightingale, which used to be called Greystone, he started Sunday nights at Greystone kind of like off of the blueprint of Sunday nights at Dragon Room.
Yep.
And he kicked it off, and that's when he was just still on the promoter thing. But,
now he's crazy. Like that was and a lot of people don't know. And I've heard Jim Jones tell the story. Shout out to Jim Jones for doing that, man. Told the story about, and you like when you in Chicago, I don't know people that'll be seeing this that you from anywhere like Chicago. I know I get New York and Atlanta and all that, but it's a certain part of us in Chicago. We got to be fresh. So like but you honor people that other fresh guys. So like John and Don C they were like these fresh dudes, and they were like the first people you saw, because before it's like the new Jordan come out, everybody's wearing the new Jordan. When they were wearing the old school Jordan.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna keep it real with you. That was just me following Don.
Oh, wow.
That was all Don. Like Don has always been a fashion and style visionary. I remember him knowing how to lace the Timbs exactly right so that they fell just like, whatever rapper we saw on television. Like he always was just like so ahead of the curve. So Jim gave me and him props, but honestly, the props go to Don, because I was just copying Don. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it a buck.
Wow.
Shout out to Don C. What up, cousin?
Shout out Don C. Let's get to the Ye stuff, man. Now, you've been with Ye, and there's been all of the different things, but the consistent has been you guys' friendship. And there's been other offshoots. You put them in front of different people, and it's got to be just as a friend and as someone who, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just to see what it's become, because you saw what you were trying to explain it to people, like like I'm trying to explain to you, but you
for years I was trying to explain it to everybody, and so it's really just like rewarding now that the whole universe sees it, because for like I started managing him in '91. It took us together 21 years to get a record deal. So for those 21 years, I just was like, y'all don't see this? Like, you know what I mean? And everybody was fronting on me and telling me I'm bugging and all this. But it's like now that he's like the biggest thing in the world, it's just, very gratifying.
Yeah, it's always something that I hold, no matter what it is, because it's very few things that I can say in my radio career that I've seen from the beginning.
Right.
That I've really seen the beginning.
But you've seen Kanye from the beginning.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying, like, I've seen from the beginning. I remember when I was starting in radio and they telling me about, hey, man, you gotta hear, it's a new dude. He cold. And then like I just it was so crazy after hearing all of the different stuff about Kanye when he first got signed and got that first beat off. Everybody in the city was excited for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I remember those days too, because it was like, that's when he had the Nissan, it was like a Sentra or something like that. And we were just like driving around, like when we got a placement, it was just like the whole world was just like coming down. Like we were so happy. Yeah. And so just, to see him now be so just ahead of the game in so many different ways, it's just exciting.
All right, can I ask you this next question?
Sure.
Is he cursing?
I don't know.
Kanye, start cursing again, bro. Gotta forgive you. Like, God, no, man. Hey, before I let you out of here, John, I do appreciate the time. What would you tell somebody? Because, you've played the long game in a lot of instances. What would you tell people about how to become John Monopoly? Because you looked at Russell Simmons, like you said earlier, and said, hey, I'm gonna start modeling, and now it's become so much more. But it's not no shade to Russell, but I'm just saying it's become your own journey. But you started with with
No,
something
that was
else.
definitely my inspiration.
Yeah, exactly.
It was Russell Simmons, without question. What I would say is to stay focused, start young, work hard, don't get discouraged, and hustle, period.
Love it. Love it to death. Hey, John, tell people how they can follow you, bro.
At John, John, Monopoly, Monopoly.
There it is. Congratulations on being a part of the Great 28 + 1, man. And we appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you.